Military drones circle a Manhattan skyscraper as police cars flood the streets below. Inside, a 28-year-old tech CEO sits in handcuffs, his million-dollar empire crumbling around him. But this story begins with something much simpler: an 82-year-old man mopping floors at 3 in the morning, carrying secrets that could shake the very foundations of American power. What happens when respect collides with arrogance? When honor meets greed? You're about to witness a confrontation that will change everything. Harold Thompson adjusts his security badge as fluorescent lights hum overhead in the gleaming lobby of Morrison Tech Tower. At 82, his weathered hands still move with military precision, even while pushing a mop bucket across marble floors. The purple heart pin on his uniform catches the light, a reminder of battles fought in Vietnamese jungles 50 years ago. The elevator dings. Tyler Morrison steps out, designer suit impeccable, phone pressed to his ear. Fire half the marketing team, he barks into the device. I don't care if they have families. Weakness is cancer. Harold continues cleaning, invisible to the young CEO who built his empire on the backs of others. But invisibility ends when Tyler's expensive shoe slips on the freshly mopped floor. "You incompetent old fool." Tyler's voice echoes through the lobby as early morning employees begin arriving. "This floor is a death trap." Harold straightens slowly. "Sir, I posted wet floor signs. Don't you dare lecture me." Tyler's face reddens. "Security cameras caught you going through my office last night. You're a thief." The accusation hits like a physical blow. Harold's voice remains steady despite the gathering crowd. "I've never stolen anything in my life, son." "Son?" Tyler laughs cruelly. "You're nothing but a pathetic old man who should be rotting in some nursing home. Pack your things. You're fired. Security will escort you out like the criminal you are." Whispers ripple through the growing crowd of employees. Harold's dignity crumbles as security guards approach, treating him like a common criminal. His hands shake, not from age, but from rage he hasn't felt since the Mekong Delta. 30 minutes later, Harold sits on a park bench across from Morrison Tech Tower, staring at his phone. His grandson Jake's contact information glows on the screen. Major Jake Thompson, United States Air Force, stationed at Creech Air Force Base in Nevada. The call connects after 2 rings. "Grandpa, everything okay?" Harold's voice breaks slightly. "Jake, I need to tell you something. Remember the stories about Vietnam? About the men we lost?" "Of course, Grandpa. You taught me honor means everything." "That honor just got spit on by a punk who thinks money makes him untouchable." Harold's voice hardens. "I'm activating Code Red 7. Silence stretches across 3,000 miles. Code Red 7, their family's private signal, created when Jake was 12. It meant someone had crossed a line that threatened everything their family stood for." "Grandpa, are you certain?" Harold watches Tyler through the tower's windows, probably already bragging about humiliating an old man. "This Morrison kid thinks he's above consequences. He falsely accused me of theft, destroyed my reputation in front of 50 people. He needs to learn that some things are sacred. Give me 2 hours." Jake's voice turns professional. "Don't go anywhere." At exactly 2:15 p.m., the sky above Manhattan begins to change. Military drones appear like mechanical birds of prey, circling Morrison Tech Tower with surgical precision. Air Force helicopters thunder overhead as unmarked vehicles surround the building. Tyler Morrison stands at his office window, phone calls forgotten, watching his world transform into a war zone. What the hell is happening? Major Jake Thompson strides through the lobby in full dress uniform, flanked by federal agents. Harold watches from across the street as his grandson, 6 feet of military authority, takes command of the situation. "This is a national security investigation," Jake announces to the panicking employees. "We have credible intelligence suggesting financial crimes and worker exploitation that may constitute threats to American infrastructure." Tyler rushes downstairs, his arrogance replaced by confusion. "There must be some mistake. I'm Tyler Morrison. I own this building." Jake's steel gray eyes, Harold's eyes, fix on the young CEO. "Mr. Morrison, you're under investigation for fraud, tax evasion, and violation of veteran employment protections. My teams are already accessing your financial records. This is insane. You can't just..." "Actually, sir, we can." Jake's voice carries the weight of military authority, especially when American veterans are being targeted and humiliated by corporate criminals. Tyler's face goes pale as FBI agents begin seizing computers and files. Through the chaos, he spots Harold across the street, no longer the invisible old man, but someone whose single phone call brought the full weight of American military justice crashing down. 6 months later, Tyler Morrison sits in a federal holding facility, his tech empire dissolved, his assets frozen. But something unexpected happens during those long nights in a concrete cell. His cellmate, an elderly man named Frank, shares stories about serving in World War II, storming the beaches of Normandy. "My grandson never visits," Frank says quietly. "Family thought I was just another old burden." Tyler's heart clenches with recognition. His own grandfather had been a veteran, Bronze Star recipient from the Pacific Theater. The old man died alone in a nursing home while Tyler built his fortune, too busy to visit, too ashamed of the humble old soldier who raised him. I had a grandfather like you, Tyler whispers, tears falling for the first time in years. I threw away everything he taught me about honor. Frank's weathered hand finds Tyler's shoulder. Son, it's never too late to remember who you really are. That night, Tyler calls his lawyer with an unusual request. I want to make a deal, full cooperation, complete restitution, but I have conditions. 2 years later, Harold Thompson walks through the gleaming offices of Morrison Tech, now renamed Honor Technologies. His security uniform has been replaced by a consultant's badge, Director of Veteran Integration. Tyler Morrison, his sentence reduced for cooperation and restitution, extends his hand. The arrogant young CEO has been replaced by someone with humility etched in the lines around his eyes. Mr. Thompson, thank you for agreeing to lead our veteran hiring program. Harold studies the man who once humiliated him, seeing genuine remorse and transformation. Why should I trust you, son? Tyler's voice carries weight it never had before. Because my grandfather, Staff Sergeant William Morrison, Pacific Theater, taught me honor before I forgot what it meant. Because 70-year-old Frank in cell block C reminded me that wisdom comes with age, not arrogance. And because you showed me that true power isn't about domination, it's about lifting others up. Around them, dozens of older workers, veterans, retirees, people society had written off, collaborate with young programmers and designers. The office hums with intergenerational respect and shared purpose. Harold extends his hand, and when they shake, it's not just forgiveness, it's the birth of something revolutionary. A company where experience meets innovation, where dignity matters more than profit margins, where every employee understands that honor is earned through service, not demanded through power. Major Jake Thompson watches from the lobby, still in uniform, pride radiating from his smile. His grandfather taught him that true victory isn't defeating your enemies, it's transforming them into allies. Share your story in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about honoring experience while embracing innovation. And if this story moved you, if it reminded you that transformation is always possible, hit that subscribe button, because everyone deserves a second chance to remember their honor. Together, we can build workplaces where every generation has value, where respect flows both ways, and where the measure of success isn't profit alone, but the lives we lived along the way.